There are three ways you're slowing down building more muscle. The first one, your form is complete shit. That's right. Your form is shit. Despite what you may think, your form is probably terrible. If you're not getting a pump in the muscle that you're training, meaning that you're not feeling blood flow into that area, meaning that you're not like seeing and feeling that muscle that you're trying to target, if you're not feeling that stimulation, then your form is shit. So your form could be actually textbook. Like it could look like if I took a picture of it, you'd be like, okay, that form looks perfect. But if you don't feel it, it means nothing. It means zip. So what you need to try to do is you need to focus on putting your mind into the muscle that you're training. So if you're training your bench press, you're putting your mind in your bench press. And every time you come up, you think about your chest coming across your body and squeezing across. So I'm bench pressing, squeeze across. Squeeze across. That's what you kind of going to think about every single time you do a movement for chest in this case. But if you're not feeling the targeted muscle, your form is off. And in most cases, a lot of guys focus on just like, okay, I'm supposed to get 12 reps on this set. In that case, less reps, but better technique, better squeeze goes a long way in just beating the logbook. So don't be in such a rush to beat your previous numbers and to hit PRs. Like it's always nice to hit PRs, but if you don't feel it in the target muscle, it's doing nothing. You're not building any muscle. If you're trying to build more muscle, then that's not going to happen. So think about your form. The next time you're in the gym, focus and say, okay, I got to feel the targeted muscle that I'm training. And if you don't, you're not going to build the most amount of muscle possible. So the first one, your form is shit. And like I said, it could be perfect. Textbook perfect. But if you're not feeling it in the area that you're trying to feel it in, waste. Throw it out. Don't even work out that day. Not even worth it. Okay? Again, focus on that mind-muscle connection in the muscle that you're training every rep of every set. Less reps, better technique, better squeeze goes a long way when it comes to changing your physique. All right? Number 2, you're eating too many cheat foods. The weekend's rolling around faster than you think. Someone's birthday. Listen, there's no such thing as magical foods. We all know that, right? But I like to follow the principle of 80-20. 80% of my diet comes from good, wholesome, nutrient-dense, packed foods. The other 20% is kind of like fun foods, like things that I want. So if I want some pizza, that fits into that category. But again, 80% of my diet comes from nutrient-dense, muscle-building foods. And you need to make sure that your diet's coming from that too. If you're just having protein shakes all day and Skittles and rice cakes, that's not really going to be adequate to building the most amount of muscle as possible. You need to look at the food that you're eating and you need to say, okay, is this food nutrient dense enough to build more muscle? And you always got to kind of question yourself. So for example, if you're having chicken and rice, and not to say that that's not a good meal, that's a great bodybuilding meal. But if you're trying to build as much muscle as possible, think about it and say, okay, for the same amount of calories, if I have lean beef, am I going to get more out of this? Well, yeah, because beef is way more nutrient dense than chicken when it comes to building muscle. So you got to kind of ask yourself these questions over and over every single time you eat, and always go by the rule of 80-20. Like again, like I said, if I want, I don't know, something sweet, or if I want a rice cake, or if I want whatever, I still factor that into my total calories for the day. But again, I always follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of my diet is going to, again, have like things like spinach, beef, potatoes, rice, oatmeal, things like that, versus just, filling my calories just to fill them. Okay. And the third one, your training is too inconsistent. Guys online, they look up the best 4 or 5 day a week program, and then they go to the gym 3 days that week. And then it's like, fuck that. I missed this day. I'm going to go do this or whatever. I'll go another day. I'll make up for it. Or, they just got lazy and they just sat on the damn couch and like, I'm not going to the gym today. But your training is too inconsistent. So that's slowing down your muscle building. You need to be consistent. You need to set yourself standards for how many days a week you're going to actually get your ass to the gym and go and do that. Because if you don't set that standard, who's going to set it for you? You're the only person that can keep you accountable. So like for me, for example, I have to work out 5 days a week. And yes, there are some weeks that I miss that or, whatever. So life comes up. And I'm not saying that life isn't going to happen, but That's a rarity. It's like I always make it into the gym 4 to 5 days a week, no matter what. My kids are sick, doesn't matter. I'm not feeling well, maybe, or whatever. Like if I'm feeling like I'm tired, I still go. It's different if you have like a fever or whatever. I'm not talking about that. But like if you just feel like, I don't feel like going, push yourself and go. Because those days when you feel like crap and then you walk into the gym, you usually have the best workouts that day. The days that you don't feel like going are the days that you need to go. So keep that in mind. Your training has got to be as consistent, and you're probably not being as consistent as possible if you're not building as much muscle as you think you want to. So really think about that. Did I really go to the gym 5 days of this week? Have I really been going? The past month, did I miss a session? Try not to miss, and those gains are going to be there because you need to actually train to stimulate muscle to be grown, and then your diet's going to follow that up with the actual growing of the tissue. And because you made it this far into the video, I have a free gift for you. I have a free 6-week training program that I'm going to give you absolutely free, no strings attached. All you got to do, click that link below, download the program, and get started on it immediately. All right, guys, this was Anthony, AB Fitness. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything, and I'll catch you on the next one.